Okay, today we're going to do a percent error problem. The first thing you have to realize is that there is a lot of synonyms out there. And so the equation that we have might have a word that you don't actually see in the word problem that it gave you. So the word problem might say the book value, but that could also be the accepted value or the actual value, okay? The measured value could also be called the experimental value. So just be aware that you could see a lot of different words out there. I didn't put units on my percent error because this works for any time you're comparing two values. So you could be comparing two densities, grams per centimeter cubed. You could be comparing two energies, joules. You could be comparing any two items from the book value and the measured value. So I'm just going to leave all of the units off because they cancel anyway when I do the problem. And percent error, when we think about error, we're thinking about the book value. The book value is the guy that hit the target. Okay, that is what we're going for. That's the target. Where the measured value, we want to see how close it got to the target. And if you remember from your notes, how close it got to the target is we're measuring the accuracy of your experiment. Okay, so we have our givens here. Our unknown is we're finding percent error. Okay, percent error is going to be in a percent, so I'm not going to write any units there. I'm just going to remind myself that we like it in percent form. Our equation, percent error is equal to accepted minus experimental over accepted times 100%. Substitute solve sig figs. Percent error is equal to our accepted, which is our book value, 1.02, minus our experimental, 0.98. I'm going to put parentheses around there because I have two things that's going to be in my numerator. So I know I have to do that first or use parentheses in my calculator. Divided by the accepted value, 1.02, times 100%. So I'm going to show this in the calculator two ways because people tend to get confused about how to put it in the calculator. All right, so 1.02 minus 0.98. Since I didn't use parentheses here, I can't hit the divide yet. I have to hit the equals first. 0.04 divided by 1.02 equals 0.039 and so forth. Now I haven't multiplied times 100%. Another thing that people get stuck on is you're not going to use the percent thing. That is to convert a percent to a decimal. We want to go the other direction. So we're just going to multiply times 100. So our answer is 3.921569 and so forth percent. And I'm going to show you the other way and then we'll adjust for sig figs. The other way is you use your parentheses, okay? The quantity of 1.02 minus 0.98. Oh, I can't plug it in. The quantity 1.02 minus 0.98 and quantity divided by 1.02. Now I hit my equals and now times 100. And you see that I get the same answer. So whether you use parentheses or not, just make sure whatever system you use it that same time so you don't get confused. Right now, sig figs, 3 sig figs and 1.02 because there's a contained or trapped 0. 2 sig figs and 0.98. And remember, we don't use the sig figs of what's in the equation, only what's in the givens. So we're going to round to 2 sig figs. 1 sig fig, 2 sig figs, because I went from the left. I round down, which means my answer is just going to be 3.9%, and I'm going to box that and be done. Oops, let me move that up so you can see it. And there you go.